What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is COD Espresso, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. It's Thursday, so you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the 5 Things That Changed, the series where we take a look at something currently that you may not have noticed that is different from before. This one today in commemoration of the beta kicking off tomorrow for Infinite Warfare on PlayStation 4. I thought we'd do a cool little video here that showcases some differences between our upcoming COD title of Infinite Warfare and the current title of Black Ops 3. Now, you may have heard it yourself, there's been a lot of comparisons between Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, some even going as far as dubbing Infinite Warfare as Black Ops 3.5. Now, while I had the fortune to be able to play the game already, I will say that there is a bunch of similarities, but also a bunch of differences as well. So in this one, we're gonna be taking a look at 5 changes from Black Ops 3 to Infinite Warfare. But before we get too far into it, if you guys do enjoy this series, make sure you drop a like rating down below. And if you guys have any changes of your own that you guys would like to see up here, drop them down in the comments. And finally, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any episode of the 5 Things That Changed. We've been running a Tuesday and Thursday schedule here, probably gonna get back to a normal Thursday only, but regardless, you still get notified of every single 5 Things That Changed episode that we put up. But that said, let's talk about our 5 changes here within this one. The first change that we're going to talk about with this is going to deal with the specialists and or the combat rigs. A lot of people really want to draw the comparison that this is a direct copy and paste from Black Ops 3, and yes, the influence was from there. It was something that this did extremely well. A lot of fans really enjoyed it. Some people didn't really too much like it, but it is something that this did come the base idea from Black Ops 3. However, it was changed up so that Infinite Warfare is its own system entirely. Instead of these specialists, they're known as combat rigs firstly, but there also is not as many, but also more choices, if that makes sense. What I mean by this is that Black Ops 3's specialists, there were 9 of them, 10 if you want to count Blackjack, but he came in later, so we'll leave him out of this equation for the time being right now. You had 9 specialists, 1 ability, and 1 weapon each, so you had essentially 18 options for how you wanted to play. Additionally, Black Ops 3 was something that your specialist was set whenever you entered a game. You would not be able to change this mid-match or anything like that. You were in that game the entire duration with 1 specialist. Sure, you could change it afterwards and then enter your next game with a different specialist, but if you wanted to change on the fly, it was not possible within Black Ops 3. That changes within Infinite Warfare. Instead of 9 specialists, we're going to have 6 combat rigs: FTL, Warfighter, Striker, Phantom, Synaptic, and Merc, and each of them come equipped with 3 payloads and 3 traits. So not only do you have initially even more options here with this, instead of 18 options on how to play, you instead have 36 options on what can fit your playstyle the best with this. And additionally, on top of all of that, you can actually switch out your combat rig in the middle of a game. So say if you were using Warfighter, you could switch over to an FTL or a Striker payload or trait in the same game that you just played. And the very cool part here with this is also that whatever progress you had towards that trait or payload, it doesn't reset whenever you switch over to a different one. So it will then just transfer over, you'll get a different ability or a different weapon, and you'll be just as close as you were previously. Each of these combat rigs are tied to a specific class, so no matter how many classes you have, you could have 1 different trait, ability, or combat rig in total for each of the classes that you have in your create a class system, and all you have to do is just die and respawn, and you'll come back as a different combat rig. So that's something that I think is a huge and key change here within this, and it's going to be the first change within this video. The second change here is one that you guys may remember from Black Ops 3, but there's still a subsidiary working with it that is still in the game. This one, the second change, is going to be there is no Gslide or subsequential ledge slide in Infinite Warfare. We talked about this separately over on my channel not too long ago, but the Gslide was something that a lot of people loved. It was a very easy way to get from point A to point B and very fast. It was essentially a way to use the movement system to your advantage. Not necessarily considered an exploit, but it was something that was taken out because it wasn't really abused, but it wasn't supposed to be there, if that makes any sense. But for those of you guys that have used it, you know exactly what I mean by this. It was super useful, especially in competitive game modes, from getting from point A to point B very fast. It essentially cut the time to get across the map in half, so it was something that a lot of people love to use, but once again, it was taken out here with this. So when I was out in LA for COD XP and I was recording gameplay here for you guys up on the channel with Infinite Warfare, it was something that crossed my mind, so I immediately started to try and do this, but there is no Gslide and there is not even a ledge slide. The ledge slide is something that is still in Black Ops 3 where you can slide but also jump at the same time as you're going off of the ledge, and it'll give you a nice little speed boost going off of that. So it also carries you a little bit further, therefore, because your momentum is higher than it was at just say a run or a slide. So while that was a fan favorite mechanic and was something that was very useful in competitive game modes and even public matches, it is something that will not be returning here. It seems like the movement system has filtered out all those little issues. It's a little bit more of a fluent system as compared to where Black Ops 3 once again had this little issue where they had to take it out. I didn't see any problem with the movement system when I played, but that's just me. So the next thing is actually also going to deal with the movement system as well. The third change is going to deal with the thrusters. These being that the thrusters in Infinite Warfare are either less powerful or they don't carry as much weight. So this is going to take a little bit of describing to do because it's something that is based solely off of feel and gameplay. You probably won't be able to see it unless you go actually into the game and play it. You'll be able to notice that there is a difference between the Black Ops 3 thrusters and the Infinite Warfare thrusters. That being that it almost feels as if you're heavier as a soldier in Infinite Warfare. You don't go as far with a single thrust, you don't go as high with a single thrust. It's something that it has been a little bit curved so that it tones down the movement just a tad. It does still feel and play almost identically to Black Ops 3's movement system, but aside from that, it is something that is toned down a little bit and subsequently then, I believe, makes this the most boots on the ground type of game of the advanced movement that we've seen the past couple of years. Obviously, it's not boots on the ground entirely, but it is something that the movement is toned down the most and the closest we've been to boots on the ground since it actually was boots on the ground with Ghosts. So the thruster change here is going to take the third change of the day. The fourth change is going to go to a little bit of a customization option, it seems like, that being hand gestures in Infinite Warfare. There's been a lot of talk about some of the cool things that are coming in the way of customization. In the recent stream today, earlier with the beta coming out, we did see that there were going to be things like the Black Ops 3 Winner Circle, and there will be taunts and gestures coming back in the way of that, but also there are taunts and gestures that'll be in-game. As you'll see by the screenshot up on screen right now, this was something that I just randomly came across whenever I was playing out in LA, and it was the devil's horns, or however you want to put it here, the rock-on symbol, that my character flashed in the middle of a game. And there's apparently a bunch of these that we'll be able to see here with this, so it's just a fun little thing that I think adds on to the customization that Black Ops 3 built with that is a difference now from that game. So whether or not this is something that we can get more out of these in supply drops or something like that, that we can get out of the RNG stuff here within Infinite Warfare, I don't know just yet. I think it'd be a cool little additional thing that we have the customization features on top of taunts and gestures for the ending of games, that we get these now to taunt in-game. I think that'd be pretty cool, but I don't know where exactly that's gonna go. Nonetheless, though, it is a little bit of a change up from what we know previously with Black Ops 3. So we do have one more change here with this one, and this is a massive one that we have not seen since Advanced Warfare, but it's even changed up from the way that it was constructed in Advanced Warfare. Black Ops 3, we had our base weapons, we had DLC weapons, but that was relatively it. However, now within Infinite Warfare, we have weapon variants, something that even once again, back to Advanced Warfare with the previous Advanced Warfare weapon variant system, this is now very different. The change with this one is that Black Ops 3 did not have any variations in their weapons, it was just base weapons, and then the attachments made whatever weapon, however much better it was, that these attributes would be changed. The change from Black Ops 3 now is that we do have variants in Infinite Warfare, but for the sake of just showing how these work a little bit, we're gonna jump back and see how this differs now also from Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare's variations and variants for their weapons featured different attributes in total for each of the weapon variants. There were weapons that were more powerful, weaker, had larger magazines automatically built in, had faster fire rates, whatever it may be here with this. This is something that a lot of people considered unfair or a pay-to-win system because the way that you got these was by either earning supply drops or buying them, but it directly affected how useful your weapon could be. In Infinite Warfare, however, there's going to be a little bit of an attribute change in the ways of additional attachments or specific properties known as weapon perks. They won't be directly affecting or changing, say, the damage properties or anything like that, so it keeps it at a relatively more balanced formation of this system. And also, unlike previous variation systems, you can actually earn these and buy them with in-game currency that you get for just simply playing the game and completing challenges and things like that. So it is a little bit more of a fair way to do this, and I think that this is a change that I welcome personally. You guys may think differently, and that's perfectly okay, but that is where we're gonna wrap up this 5 things that changed here. comparing Infinite Warfare to Black Ops 3, or otherwise what some people called Black Ops 3.5, to Black Ops 3. So leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Do you guys like these changes? Do you guys look forward to Infinite Warfare? Whatever it may be, I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like rating down below. Always helps the video out, and of course is greatly appreciated. And if you guys are new to the channel and want to stay up to date with everything regarding the 5 things that changed, once again, this is a weekly series, and subscribing down below, that button takes a half second to click. It notifies you every time we do something regarding the 5 things that changed, as well as Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. So thank you guys so much for watching. Mine's been Gslide. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.